but I mean, there's a lot of things that go into making a keeper being successful. Today, I probably could have been back there. You know, our back four, White, Saliba, Zinchenko, they did a fantastic job protecting the 18.
Transit TV, welcome to Reggie Football Show. We just watched Arsenal beat Bournemouth away from home 4-0. This looks like this is going to be the fourth away game this season for Arsenal. With clean sheet. They come up here today. For a long period in the game, it was 1-0. And I know the last three away games, Arsenal has won 1-0 in those three games. So I was thinking, it's going to be another 1-0 to the Arsenal today. But it seems like Arsenal is beginning to find their fluidity in their game. They got 4 goals today. What's the overall thought about the game?
I think you start with one, it's a win. We got points on the road. That's another thing. And somehow, some way, got Havertz activated a little bit, involved. Hopefully his confidence carries over. I think there's a lot of great takeaways from the game today.
Okay, yeah, it's good you mentioned kaihavertz right there. I was going to ask you about that. India, when we were watching the game, I saw when he had the chance to take the penalty, the fans roared and everybody was in support. In the beginning of his career in Arsenal, it looked like fans didn't really accept his signing. And for long periods of this season, the fans were always on his back. But today, it looks like Arsenal fans are beginning to find a way to support him and make him feel comfortable in the team. What do you think about that?
I think part of it is a story about the expectation, the standard that Arsenal has. Regardless of how much he signed for, we have an expectation for performance at that position. It's pivotal to what we're trying to do in our attack. So, him, stepping in and hopefully, at least it looks like he's getting a little bit better each week, a little bit better each match. I'm just hopeful that this continues, and like I said, this goal really kind of springboards him into a more confident showing on the pitch each match.
Okay, then somebody else I want to talk about today is Declan Rice. I know we're going to see the stars probably after this game. I'll have time to look at it. But I was counting the number of blocks, the number of tackles, the number of interceptions and at some point in this game, I saw him a lot of times to drive the ball, the team forward. What have you made about Declan Rice? People are talking about Prowse signing for West Ham, talking about Maddison for Tottenham. But do you feel that so far Declan Rice seems to be the sign of the season so far?
He's been solid. I think if we're talking holistically, of course we want him to have contributed probably 5 goals by now and X, Y, and Z, and he's been solid. He's been a great distributor. I think he's been a really good complement to what Odie's doing in the center of the pitch. And ultimately he shows up on tape when you need him to, in the right way, right? He hasn't been, in my estimations, in the way that I've been watching these matches, he hasn't been a detriment to the progress of this team and ultimately becoming Premier League champions. I think he's been a great addition for us so far. Okay,
then again, of course, this has been talk of the day. Each time Arsenal has their lineup, released, is always the first place every Arsenal fan goes to check out is the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
It looks like, from me, when he came out today, I checked it, I saw Raya, I told my friend, hey, I think Arteta has finally told us that Raya is his first choice. What do you think about? Do you think he has made that choice, or he's still playing with all the way? He's been saying that he doesn't have a number one. He uses the players as he deems necessary. Do you think Arteta somehow has given us the information that, hey, my number one is Raya?
It feels that way, but I mean, there's a lot of things that go into making a keeper being successful. Today, I probably could have been back there. Our back four, White, Saliba, Zinchenko, they did a fantastic job protecting the 18. So when we get that type of production from our back four, cool. Go with Raya, go with Ramsdale, put Saka back there. I don't care. It's gonna work. But I think the conversation is more of what we're doing in the middle and the back third. That's going to set our keepers up for success, to where Ramsdale doesn't have to do too much or go outside of his lane, which I think is kind of where we've seen him fall short and or give up goals, or where the frustration comes from Arteta's perspective, from a managerial perspective, is he's trying to do too much, and I feel like he's trying to do too much in those times, like every other keeper, where there's some gaps in some of that defensive coverage, right? So look, Riot's doing a great job so far. Let's keep it up.
Yeah, I don't know if you agree with me. In terms of shot stopping, I don't think Ramsey has done anything wrong. But there is this confidence, there's this calmness, there's this. It looks like Raya makes a little bit better decisions with ball to his feet than Ramsey. I don't know if you agree with me on that.
I think there's different parts of the game where they excel. I mean, you can make an argument that Turner, that they let go at Nottingham Forest, was better at just pure goal stoppage, right? You can make an argument there, and Ramsdale may be a close second, but I think it just depends on kind of how the build-up's being defended, and we'll go from there. I don't think there's a very clear reason why Ray is here. The way that he distributes does tend to align more with at least what I think Arteta's trying to do. Right, in the way that we're using pivots and just kind of getting into that middle third. However, when it comes to just the X, Y's, and Z's of stopping goals, it's hard to say that Raya is not the guy that you want in those situations. The key is, let's not get in those situations in the first place, right?
Yeah, but then again, I know this is how we saw Martinez leave, Leno leave as well. If you're in Ramsdale's shoes, or if you had to be his agent or his manager, his family, would you tell him to stay put in Arsenal and just enjoy the ride, or you should be looking at leaving Arsenal at the end of the season?
There's two answers. If the price is high enough right now today, which he's done a great job of building his value over last year, I don't think anyone would fault him for going.